men, many of them, are extremely valuable human beings. Some of them think only with their little head.
I think the majority of them do.
Oh, no, I think you're wrong there. No, in fact, I know you're wrong there.
The scientific studies and the research papers would be wrong because
Well, but
testosterone.
you've got scientific studies and research papers that say a black woman can never amount to anything because she has the wrong color skin.
Yeah, but science is based on observation. Now,
No, science is not based on fact anymore. Science is based on what you read in the last science book you read.
Okay, so the question is, are you saying that testosterone has no effect and male brains are not different than female brains? Is that?
Absolutely, I'm not saying that, because white women don't want to hear these things. Because we have been most fortunate in being able to attach ourselves to a significant stale male and then have his power. It hasn't occurred to us yet that we don't have to have a man in our life to have power.
Jane, that's the whole message that I'm pushing. These societies are patriarchal societies. Patri is the suffix equaling father. All of this is male dominated. All of the religions are patriarchal religions, male dominated. This is a male-female problem and not a race problem. So I agree with you with race being a lie, but we have to acknowledge.
I'm not going to sit here and listen to this any longer. You need to know that I do not believe that males are monsters and women are victims. I don't believe that. I won't believe that.
I won't say that. I'm not saying they're victims, because I said women are the greatest facilitators. I said at the beginning, women are the greatest facilitators of male behavior. That's a fact. You have mothers who take up for their children.
That's your opinion. That's your opinion. It's not a fact. It may be a fact in some country or in some community or in some household, but it is not a fact universally. And this is not a discussion that I am prepared to have. At the age of 89, I can look back on 89 years of our society going through times like this when we're looking for somebody to blame. We'll always find somebody else to blame so that we don't have to be responsible for what we say, what we do, or what we think. And I will not allow you or anybody else to say it's all a man problem, because for years we had heard that it was all a woman problem. It wasn't a woman problem. It's not a man problem. It's a human problem. And we need to start regarding one another as human beings who deserve equitable treatment under the law and who deserve understanding. And I'm not going to go with it anymore, but thank you for calling me. This interview is over. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it, but I get 50 more years. You save this for 50 years and then look at it in 50 years.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
See if maybe you might decide that, oh, wait a minute, men made a whole lot of good things happen and women made a whole lot of good men happen. I guess maybe I could have been mistaken about that. And I hope you are. I know you are. So, okay, thank you for visiting with me. I appreciate it a lot. All right?
Thank you, Jane. Somebody sent me a video, and it was a guy on there who is a psychotherapist from the UK. He was saying a lot of the things that I have been telling you, basically confirming everything that I have told you. And when I saw that, I decided to do a review of that video or that interview on my channel, and it got a lot of feedback. It had a lot of traction, right? So once I did it, I was like, you know what? Let me try to reach out to him and see if we can get him on the show so he can come speak to you directly, right? And we were able to make that happen. So with no further ado, what I want to do is I'm going to bring Preven Kerrion from the UK on to our platform. So please give Preven a warm welcome. Young, he said, man is an animal gone mad, and there are only two ways out of this madness. Either he needs to become an animal again, or he needs to become more than a human. And for a male to become more than a human requires an ungodly amount of self-discipline, introspection, and conscious awareness. My question to you is, after analyzing men, what do you think the likelihood is of men actually becoming consciously aware of their own behavior and noticing that it's a problem. Because we have a lot of men on the planet.
Yeah. Okay, so you mentioned Carl Jung. Okay, now Jung had a different take to Freud. Okay, he's saying, I can't believe that this is just biological. I can't believe this is just sexual. So he comes up with this idea about archetypes. Okay, there are blueprints in the universe, okay, psychically, of male and female contrasexual archetypes, okay, that live in all of us, okay. But if you're a man, you're going to have a male archetype as the dominant, okay, and you're going to look for the feminine archetype. And women are going to look for the male archetype, all right? So Jung is working at that level. Now, in the Jungian model, change is only going to come when that archetype gets so negative, creates so much pain, that it throws the male psyche into crisis. And that's what you're seeing now, is that men are having to face an unprecedented crisis, which I think a lot of your viewers already know. So it's a situation where women are more intelligent, they're performing better in educational circles, they are starting to get jobs, even though there are issues with gender diversity and pay gap and so on, okay? But they are making progress. They're getting financial, economic independence, so they don't have to put up with men anymore, okay? So when did this happen? So there is a massive shift in the collective psyche that's going on societally, and it has come about, that's one of the benefits of capitalism, is that if you have the cash as a woman, you don't have to put out with a man. And that's what's hurting the men a lot.
So when I go to a restaurant, I'm prepared to pay for my own things. But you know what happens when you're around a man? Even if you're prepared to pay for your own stuff, they always pay.
Yes.
Without me asking.
Do you think that's the way it should be?
Yes, because here's the thing.
Okay.
Men claim to be leaders, right?
Right.
And they think that the women are the subordinates. Well,
No, I wouldn't say that.
well,
I would just say they have a different role in a relationship.
well, here's the thing. They think women's supposed to be submissive, and they think the man is the leader. A position of leadership, you are responsible for yourself and those who you lead.
Yeah.
Right. So a man who is a leader, he will take care of those who are his followers. So he's going to act in that way, no matter what. The CEO, if he wants to reward his sales team or whatever, they're not asking the sales team to pay their own meals. They're providing that for them, right? That's just the behavior of a leader, right? So if I'm going, I'm prepared because I'm a boss. I'm prepared to pay for my own stuff. I'm not begging and waiting on nobody to do anything for me. But a person who has the leadership mentality, he won't let me pay for it. So it's not going to matter to me whether he pays for it or not, because I'm already prepared to do but I'm going to have a respect for him because he walks it like he talks it. Point blank period.
Another Migos shout out right there. Okay. All sorts of, it reminds me of what Shia LaBeouf said about really what the definition of a man is. And he's like, a man, and I had to learn this the hard way, is someone who is responsible for other people. That could be your wife, that could be your kids, could be your family, that could be your parents as they get older, that could be employees. But a kid is just responsible for himself. A man is responsible for others.
And that's why men have a legitimate, healthy fear.
It's not healthy. That's where he messed up right there. It's not healthy. Because their fear has made them dominate the entire world and overinflate their egos. It is not healthy. Anytime you are operating in fear, fear is not healthy. It's a low vibrational state. This is why you got to be able to know the truth so that way you can hear bullshit that has been mixed with truth.
So if a man is treated like he's nothing, he could actually become a nothing.
So now he puts the responsibility on external forces to say if the male is treated like nothing, he'll become nothing. No, if the male continues to be motivated by fear, whatever you think, you bring about. So if his predominant thoughts are fearful, he will manifest the very thing that he's fearful of. you don't place that responsibility out on external sources. So what did he just do? He just put the responsibility on women. If you treat him like he's nothing, he might become nothing. No. If he continues to think that he's nothing and demand that everybody lie to him to make him feel, appealing to his emotions, he actually becomes nothing most of the time. Instead of people allowing him no access to rewards and making him survive, making him sink or swim. He shouldn't be moved by fear. That ain't the woman's responsibility. That's his responsibility.
I don't know, Cat. We might not let you drink anymore. The way you. I mean, we ain't even got.
I'm not fueled by alcohol.
You see how they be so quick to say something wrong with you when you get to telling truth? Because you know truth is controversial in a world built on lies. And when you start telling the truth and making people uncomfortable because they have reasons to overshadow truth, they get to saying shit to make you feel like it's something wrong with you. Whether you crazy, you drinking too much, that ain't funny.
I've had a sip, less than you. The truth don't need motivation.
God damn it.
I'm just saying
the truth don't need no motivation, and the truth don't need no defense. Not only do it not need no motivation, it also don't need no defense, because it can stand on its own. It is its own defense. A lot of men cannot understand what women want because women don't know what they want. They gravitate to anything based on their emotions for the moment and their needs for that moment.
I know what women want. Mm-hmm. I'm one of the few men in the world that know what women want.
What's that?
Everything.
It's the truth. They want it all.
We live under a matriarchy, not a patriarchy.
All right. This is what y'all was all waiting for. Here we go. So you say we live in a matriarchy.
Right.
Can you give me the definition of patriarchy?
Yes. Well, the patriarchy is the idea that the system, our system in America, is being run by men, and that women are having to exist under a system that immediately disadvantages them because men are behind it. And I disagree with that pointedly. I think actually we're living in a society where people are being very much influenced socially and politically by women.
Okay, so the denotative definition of patriarchy is father rule, and where positions of government are held majorly by men, where women are largely excluded. So 125 House of Representatives are female, and that's only about 25%.
Right.
And only about 28% make up Senate, and 3.3% of Congress up until this date have ever been women. Mm-hmm. So by denotative definition, we literally live in a patriarchy.
Yes.
All right. So not only did I give you the definition of patriarchy, I gave you the statistics to go along with it. The fact of the matter is the government is ruled by majority male, and women are largely left out of those seats. That's what makes a patriarchy. What we finna disagree on?
So I disagree with that. So I think what this gets to, which...
Wait. That's a fact. How you gonna disagree with a fact, Candace? They asked him about me and about this claim that love ain't what you can give, it's what you can take. Now, if the male's definition of love ain't what you can give, but it's what you can take, how much you can take, that means by the man's own definition that they still ain't capable of love, even with their definition. Because if you ask a man to tolerate the shit that you ask a woman to tolerate, they gon' skedaddle.
Love is not what you can give. It's about what you can take. Our mothers took a lot. It ain't about what you can give. It's about what you can take. What you can take.
How much you endure? You're saying how much you endure?
Don't y'all put nothing on it but what I said. You figure it out. Because each person has to define love according to their life experiences, not what I'm saying.
All right, so you hear it out of his own mouth, right? Love ain't what you can give, it's what you can take. Our mothers take a lot. You hear this come out of his mouth. This is his definition of love. Let's watch what he said on Real Life Street Stars yesterday.
A selfish woman is saying, well, what do you mean you have to take? Love is about give and take. The one who takes the most seems to love the most.
The one who takes the most seems to love the most. Now, remember, the conversation was that men are incapable of love, right? And I said men can't do it. So he goes to say that love is not what you can give, but it's what you can take. And our mothers take a lot or took a lot. And he then proceeds to say the one who can take the most is the one who loves the most. By his own definition, men are not capable of love because they are not capable of taking all of the shit that they expect women to take. Ladies, if you're with a man who believes that love is based on how much you can take, what kind of partnership do you expect to have? What are the results? How many of you have been drained? Huh? How many of you have experienced the negative of being in a relationship where a man puts you through a lot of shit to see how much you can take? A male is not to be kept. You don't keep masculine energy. You let that motherfucker move. And if he go out there in the wilderness and he get bit by a scorpion and he become paralyzed, that's just what was supposed to happen to his life. But you don't keep that still. Just like the chimpanzees go out into the wilderness and territories, you're supposed to let the male go wander off and fall off a cliff. And don't try to save him.
To kill other males, mostly males, no.
What? To go kill other males? They go to other territories to kill other males? Didn't I tell you that the nature of the male is violent? And if you try to keep that energy in the house, it ends up popping off on you. You try to contain masculine energy, and since it can't go out to territory to fight other males, it ends up fighting you at the house. I got 5 on it.
Also known as the Queen Maker. And for the purpose of this interview, we're going to call you Auntie because you went on Fresh and Fit and just had a ball over there. And
Man, I had a blast over there. The sperm can't do anything without the egg. And when you look into nature, the fact of the matter is the Y chromosome is a degenerate X, right? It's a degenerate X. Man comes from woman, right? Nobody wants to agree to that because the male's ego is at stake. So of course he wants to believe that the Y chromosome came first, but there is no traces of Y in woman, but there's a trace of an X in man.
Say I came there with an agenda arguing about some random shit that don't make sense, and literally everything that I just said was in line with the conversation, because he just said women want dick, but why do they want dick? Because seminal fluid, pair bonding, produces oxytocin, and it's like a fucking drug. I respect Auntie, however, she does realize that doesn't apply to every single man in history, right? What you talking about, baby? We talking about biology. We talking about science. What's the problem? I thought you was logical, man. Some people was like, man, I used to listen, but he took a big L on here. I set him up out the gate, y'all. I said you're logical, and I said it twice, and he agreed twice. And right now, he is going against his own conviction. I made this nigga fight himself.
But the pickier females are, the tougher it is for the average male.
Look, you said the pickier females are, the tougher it is for males to make babies. That's why you don't want this chick to know what I know. You don't want her to know the game that I know. This is your nature, male. I don't give a damn what you say. I don't care what your mouth say. I know you. And ain't a motherfucking name in the book you can call me that's gonna make me give a fuck. Fresh and Fit just got demonetized on YouTube. They're really coming for pro-masculine channels. and they don't want to see men succeed. I thought men built the world. Hold on, wait a minute. Roll that back. I thought they built the world. Why would the people that built the world be against the other people that built the world?
Must be a
his
docile
girl must
girl.
be docile and feminine. Yeah, all my girls are.
Docile.
I would never tolerate a masculine, obnoxious, abrasive woman. That's not attractive to me. I don't want to date myself.
Oh, he say he would never tolerate a masculine, obnoxious, abrasive woman. Could this be part of the reason that he got demonetized on YouTube? Because he didn't want to date himself. So basically he said he was obnoxious and abrasive. Obnoxious, extremely unpleasant. Abrasive, showing little concern for the feelings of others. Showing little concern for the feelings of others. Could that be one of the reasons, since you self-proclaimed yourself to be obnoxious and abrasive, could that be one of the reasons that you ain't making money from YouTube no more? Could it be? Could it be I stayed away too long?